Hey everybody, John Locke here, and I've got today an update on my Lishi cutter jigs for the Master M1 key. And straight off the bat, I'm going to say this version is a flop. It is not working. So let me show you some of the problems I have. The first is that it simply, this should be a tight pressure fit if I can get it. I knew this was a little bit of going to be a challenge with this orientation because you can see the keyway, it's kind of angled there. To get a pressure fit on that angle is going to be pretty difficult. And it's not even close. And you can see the gap there, the play of the key going back and forth. That's just way too much slop. The key also doesn't stay anywhere in the jig, so you have to hold the jig and the key together, which is quite difficult, especially on a small key like this. Also, this was a big stupid mistake, is the jig should stop at the shoulder. And of course, when I have the key oriented like this, the shoulder protrudes at this end. And on my other jigs, the key shoulder is protruding at that end. So this slides way up the key, way past the shoulder, meaning that there's not even a good space alignment there. You got to manually set it for that. Hold everything in the jig back, left and right. I mean, that's impossible to get right. And so the space and the depths are going to be off. I've just made a couple cuts with this, a 0, 1, and a 2. They're all off. None of them fit specs. They're off on the micrometer, they're off on the jig, they're just hard to get. So you might be wondering, well, why did I choose to orient the key this way? On the back of the key, there's a good line that I can probably grab onto a lot better, just like I've done with the other keys. And my rationale was that the key, if you look at the key geometry, this part of the key is what you're cutting. It's right, if you orient it this way, with this part flat, this part's kind of floating, and I didn't want to put a floating shear line that's going to bend the key like this and do that. But, what I wasn't thinking is that the Lishi cutters kind of expect that, have a built-in shelf for that already on the jig, on the tool itself, and that when you orient the key on the jig like that, you don't have a floating shear. So I'm probably going to go back, completely scrap these, orient them so that they can go this way, and then hopefully I'll be able to get a good alignment and good cuts on these jigs. But I think I'm going to scrap this design. This just simply doesn't work. It goes all out of whack. I need something that can really grab onto this keyway to make the jig useful, so that it can go in this way and make sure that I get something that catches there on this shoulder to keep everything aligned. So yeah, these ones, don't print them. They're not ready yet. I'll put a note on the Thingiverse files, and I'll work on redesigning these to get one that works for the M1. All right, guys, thanks for watching the update. We'll look for version 1.2 of these coming out sometime, and when I try to fix all these problems. All right, guys, wishing you a good rest of your day, good rest of your week, and see ya when I make version 1.2.